Hi, I'm Allie Scarlett. I hope you're doing as tremendously as possible. Um, on Thursday afternoon, Friday afternoon, I, it seems clear I was discriminated against in being kicked out of a women's shelter. I'm a transgender woman. Um, I, the short of it is that when I got there on Wednesday afternoon, I was in one room with exclusively cisgender women. Then, about like 6 to 8 minutes of being there, well, more like 8 minutes at most is a better way to say that, because it could have been like 4 or 5. I was moved to a disability room. I learned that it was a disability room because then 2 days later I was asked to leave that room because it wasn't a disability room there. I was told, but it is the only room where disabled people go because it's on the first floor and they don't have to go upstairs. So I was put there. Um, the bunk bed, the other person in the bunk bed is a man. Very nice of the shelter to have a man and a woman's shelter, but um, and then one of the women across from me couldn't see me because she's blind. So um, so my thing is I don't know why I was telling the director 2 days later, who met with me because a staff member claimed that I made a comment that I didn't make. It's the opposite of make. They claimed it was a racist comment, but I've spent more than 1 year writing for free about things like justice or at least equality. I did a video very recently calling out my own mother for being a white supremacist, and a separate video about her being a Confederate. Yeah. So that's the opposite of who I am. Frankly, since March 1st, 2017, I devoted my life to like creating content for free about equality. So not that it's been 100% of the time since then, but and so anyway, so the only reason I met with the director is because of that. Even though the the person who probably made that claim that I made a racist comment, I I had complained to her about, it's like being insane, like why was I moved in the first place? Um, because this room, being a disability room, they're gonna have to have me out pretty soon. I mean, not just sooner than later, but pretty soon. So I just don't know why I was moved in the first place. I mean, you know, but, and so, the director, I had thought about 3 different scenarios where she could make it right. The discrimination is still outstanding, it happened, but I thought of 3 different scenarios. I asked her, she wouldn't agree to any of them. So then she's like, um, we'll get you transferred to a new shelter. And then, after saying that, and after we had a little more discussion, she then said, we'll try our best. Um, so then she had pink hair and tattoos. I said, you might want to remove your pink hair and tattoos because you're not being very liberal. You're being Republican. You're acting Republican, is about, if not exactly how I said it. And so then she was going to call the police, and or me being exited for sure, calling the police as well, and then another staff member actually intervened and had the director not do that, which I appreciate, and that staff member worked with me on finding a new shelter. We found 2 shelters within an hour that afternoon. So for the director to be non-committal on finding me a shelter, nor agreeing on one of 3 different scenarios where she could have made it equitable, made it up to me, even though the discrimination was outstanding because it had already happened, like moving me from that first room in the first place. Like, I would have been fine. I would have been fine if any of those, if the 3 in the shelter, or if I had found another shelter, I would have been fine with any of those, and I just would have let the initial discrimination go. But we found, sorry to do a tangent, but we found, as all of this is important, I don't want to say, but sorry. And so then in less than an hour, we found 2 shelters. So it seems clear that the director could have definitely done something, was just being anti-transgender, because I'm a transgender woman. Did I forget to say that? And it's hard. It's hard. You experience mistreatment, including domestic abuse, more than one time in recent months. You go to the shelter, you plan to recover, you think, people working in social services, you're like, okay, they're gonna be understanding, and they're gonna lean towards compassion, and then they want to call the cops on you, and they're still exiting you, even though a staff member says, don't call the cops. It's another staff member. So things like this, which have happened many times in the last 2 years and 8 months, it makes frankly, I don't expect how I can be expected to recover and have all the things in society that I want, that other people want me to have, when you try to go to a place to recover and then the opposite happens. So I really appreciate you watching. Those sorts of things happening many times to me in too short a time as well, does make me also go, the next 3 years 3 years and 2 months during this politicalness in the U.S., I can't say with certainty that I'll survive it. Probably will, but also I don't think I should have to just survive. I mean, obviously laws are in place to protect people against discrimination. Thanks for watching.